What up?
Bro, this drumstick is fucking delicious.
Hey, eat up, man. Phil, appreciate you jumping in. You know what I'm saying? It's ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ACS Universe. I know it's been a minute, almost a whole month, man. I've had some things going on as far as it personally, and which is why I hadn't been back in such a long time. Anybody here, I appreciate you guys watching. Obviously, it's Friday night. There's a lot of things you could choose to be doing, but you're here watching ACS Universe, so I appreciate that, man. And Phil, how you doing, man?
Glad it's Friday. It's been busy. Been real busy on my end too.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's see. See who's here. Raya says, "What's up? Hey, what's good? But yeah, no, yeah, so that been a long little bit. Sorry guys for not being on here the past, I think 3 Fridays in a row. Had some stuff going on personally where I couldn't make it. Obviously, if you see me on Nicotina's show and on Four Nerds and things of that nature, World's Finest and stuff like that. But as far as my show on Fridays, I don't know why, but the past, at least the past couple of weeks, well, I'd say 3 weeks, there's been some shit to come down on a Friday where I'm just not able to actually get on here and do a show, which I hate because I enjoy doing the show so much, and I enjoy you guys watching and coming in and hanging out and whatever. And so I had some stuff going on, and I'm glad to finally be back on here, just hanging out with you guys on a Friday night. Got a couple topics we're going to talk about. Obviously, I'm a video game guy, so we're going to talk a little bit about video games because there's some news out there that I would like to talk about because some of these games coming up. One of them has already been released a couple weeks ago, and I'll talk about that just a bit. We'll talk about the Flash. There's I guess there's a screening that got like mad high ratings or whatever. We'll talk about that because that really doesn't mean anything, I don't think. Just from that, as far as how good the movie's going to be. Top Gun Maverick hit digital a couple days. Is it just now hitting or a couple days ago?
I think it's just now.
Okay.
Check that.
Okay. Yeah. Do that for me. And whatever else comes up, we'll be talking about it. Obviously, we have a House of the Dragon, which we'll talk about that. Biggest release in HBO history is what that first episode got going for it right now. And I'm sure me and Phil speak on the same page. We thoroughly enjoyed the first episode of House of the Dragon. So it's good to see that it's funny, man, because back in the day with Game of Thrones, man, you wouldn't have seen something like this. Everybody was catching up to it as, when it came to I'd say seasons 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, that's the catch-up period because the first 3 seasons of it, you had your diehards watching the show. And then once it got popular and people started catching on and watching at the same time, it took on its own thing. And you could see that by the marketing and how much money that HBO was just like.
I think I hopped in, I want to say somewhere with season 4 or 5 is when I jumped on the train. And back in the day of undisclosed means of watching that said show because I couldn't have access to it. My cousin and I, we found a way to watch the first 4 seasons.
Hey, man. So you got I can feed into that because I came into Game of Thrones between season 2 and 3, and the first 2 seasons I was on my 3rd and final deployment. I was in Afghanistan, and I had just finished watching Spartacus, and a bunch of the guys, man. One of my platoon sergeant, especially Smoke Caldwell, and them, they were just like, yo, you watch Game of Thrones. And I've said this before, and I'll say it a million times because I think it's funny that they offered me Game of Thrones, and I said, man, I ain't about to watch that Dungeons and Dragons shit. You know what I mean? It just hit me on that level where I was just like, I'm not then I started watching it. The rest is fucking history. And so yeah, we'll talk a bit about that. The episode that came out last Sunday and the one that's coming this Sunday, and the hype is real for that show. And it's good to see it. Like, it didn't need us to take off because it's Game of Thrones, but like, it's good to see, like, as a person who's been there for a long time and doing everything. And like I said, and a reminder that on every Sunday during the first season, I won't even say the first season, during all seasons of the House of the Dragon, once the episode is over, you can look for World's Finest to go live, and we'll chit chat with you guys for, who knows, 30 minutes, an hour about the episode. And that's going to be the same thing that's happening this Sunday. We're going to be talking about House of the Dragon as soon as the episode is over. So we invite you guys to come join that because it's absolutely incredible. But yeah, and then other than that, man, we're just gonna hang out. We're talking, Aquaman and Shazam. They got,
you mentioned House of the Dragons. It just got a renewal today for season 2.
Yes, it did. It did. Just got a renewal. Yeah, you tweeted that out, and I was like, I hadn't seen that until you did, and tweeted that out, and I was like, yo, this is. I was kind of expecting it to happen before they did it. Just because of how like the next day on Monday after the show aired, there was already biggest shit on HBO history, ratings or whatever. So I expected that announcement to come a little bit sooner, but it comes in due time, and I think it's whenever it came, it's welcome, because just seeing one episode of that show, and I'm already thinking that it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be every Sunday night. It's your Sunday night drug, man. You got to get, you know what I'm saying? You pop that shit on, you sit back, you take yourself a couple drinks, and you watch that. And there's much conversation to have after that.
I think that, like, if they were so quick to just announce that they're doing a season 2 directly after doing the pilot, I think that just shows how confident they are in this show. Mm-hmm. Number one, but it also speaks to just how popular this IP has become since its creation on HBO. And you mentioned, like, the Sunday night television drug. It's got its own unique sense of watching there to it, because, like, you think back to, like, the Watchmen show, which came out, October 2019. That was on the Sunday slot, I believe. There was also, I think, Breaking Bad had Sundays for the longest time as well. Mm-hmm. And there's a ton of different shows that have that Sunday viewing captivating feel to it that I think is really hard to recreate. And I think Walking Dead would even fall into that category.
Yes, yep. The Walking Dead, yes. Of course. That's if I ever start doing some Walking Dead content, I know that the show is towards its end, and I know there's like a bunch of stuff that they're branching out on just because the show was that popular. And Kirkman has like this mind for that shit, and he can just like write new shows, new comics, all of that shit, and just put it out there. So Walking Dead was the same thing. It was this also leads me into the next thing I just wanted to get into real early before we really get into the show. Just a couple things. Instant Replay will be back on Sunday. Same time as, not the same time, but same day as House of the Dragon. So if you've been accustomed, if you've been watching, if you've paid any attention to Instant Replay, we talk about football, man. It's my favorite sport. And as far as the guys who help host the show, PJ, Jonathan Sloan, Ramsey, and people who join in from time to time, we love the sport of football. It's absolutely incredible. And so we love to get on and talk about it weekly as far as game scores, what we predict for the next things coming up. And this Sunday we have our fantasy football draft, man. Our fantasy football draft will be Sunday at 6 p.m. I'm going to throw this up here. 6 p.m. Eastern time. It'll probably last an hour, maybe an hour and a half or whatever. And when it comes to the fantasy football draft for Instant Replay, it's kind of a bridge because there's we hadn't had that many off-season episodes. It was kind of a bridge between the off-season and the new season that's about to start. And obviously we'll be drafting our fantasy football teams. And so, if you're football fans and you're interested in anything along those lines, come join us Sunday, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We'll be talking about that. And, here we go. I'll bring him in a second because he's we got a couple of other topics to talk about before we get to something of that nature. But yeah, man.
We're in preseason right now, right? Preseason.
Yes, preseason. Yeah. The final games are going to be tonight. There was a couple last night, tonight, and then tomorrow. The preseason's done, and they do that because the cuts have to be made. You know what I'm saying? Like that's cuts as far as getting to the final roster number 54 and all of those things have to be made. So that's another reason why the fantasy draft is this Sunday, because if we get any kind of final cut news, but I don't think the final cuts have to be out until Monday, if I'm not mistaken, as far as officially when it comes to professional football. But we're going to talk about all of that shit, man, on Sunday. So if you're part of the draft, there's everybody who was in the fantasy football league for Instant Replay last year is still a part of it. So Sunday is the draft, and let's fucking go. I can't wait to get it on. I've been watching a lot of preseason football, and shit's been nice.
That's got to be like your busiest day, because you got to do Instant Replay, and then like 2 or 3 hours later,
after
that.
It's big, man. It's big. I'm looking forward to it though, and I've made preparations. That's some of the stuff I was doing today earlier, as far as like getting shit together for it, because it is going to be it's going to be an experience, and I am fucking looking forward to it, because I'm excited about all of these things. It's like you mentioned, tomorrow or Sunday, and it's House of the Dragon episode 2. Obviously, we see the news that came from the first episode, and then also we're having our fantasy football draft, and also talking things that's going to get us prepared for the NFL season coming up. So that's fire, man. And I appreciate everybody jumping through, man. It's Friday. Like I said, I know I haven't been here. It's been a couple weeks. Just Fridays haven't been the thing for me. Today was good enough where I was like, yo, I can jump on here and do some stuff and talk about some things. And here we go. Dawson in the house. What up, Dawson?
There he is.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, new setup looking. Hey, there we go.
Well, I just changed it up a little bit because I'm going to be using my art table or a drawing table while on the stream. So,
hey, man. It looks good. Looks good, man.
Are you wearing a long sleeve?
I am. Yes, this is an old high school basketball shirt.
How is it? Like humid? Is it hot in Virginia right now? Like,
no, I just like long sleeves.
Okay.
I think we had this conversation last time.
You might have.
I mean, like,
it's funny because he is in long sleeves. I'll be like, yo, it's hot.
I do like to keep my house cool, like around like the lower 70s, high 60s.
You mean freeze well?
Yeah, I mean, I like to be chilly. What can I say?
I can't lie. I think my thermostat right now is probably set at 65. Like
that's the ideal. I'd have it at that if my wife would let me.
I like to be. And look, I got on short sleeves, and I'm not even cold. So there you go. I think the cold in the house hits me probably when I get into bed and I'm like, yo, I'm like, oh, kind of cold in here.
So it's funny. Speaking of like being cold and stuff, like for a long time, I slept on. If you look at the bed, I slept on the right side, and my wife slept on the left side, and she was always freezing, and I was always just like burning up. It always felt like it was super hot in the house. I just figured that we just had that difference of like feeling of heat and everything. Well, come to find out, there's a vent directly underneath the pillow of the left side of the bed. And so as soon as we discovered that and it was blowing out cold air, we switched immediately. We were both laying in bed. We jumped over each other to switch sides of the bed.
Video of the jump?
We don't film our room. That's a little weird.
No, I'm not saying weird. I just want to see the jump.
I mean, the fact that you want to see what's happening in our bedroom is a little scary to me, Anthony.
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with making some home videos.
No, man. I just want to see the jump. You know what I'm saying? Just the oh shit, your side's cooler than mine. Maybe make it put it in slow motion, add some effects to it so it looks like you're dodging bullets when you jump over. Yeah, let's do that.
Hey, there you go.
But yeah, Dawson, appreciate you jumping in, man. Like I said, I was talking about earlier. We got a couple topics, and we've already mentioned a couple. We talked about House of the Dragon's high ratings and things of that nature. But let me go into Ryan. Relax, Ryan down there with Ryan's ready to come in, but I'll bring him in when we get to that topic because
he can wait.
Yeah, he's ready for a certain topic. All right, but yeah. So when it comes to House of Dragon, obviously, Show's fire. And I was talking about instant replay, and also like Phil was saying, I have a busy day Sunday because after the instant replays fantasy football draft, then obviously House of the Dragons, the second episode of the first season, and then directly after that, like I always say, not instant replay, what the fuck? World's Finest will be live probably about 10:15, 10:30-ish, anywhere in between that window, depending on how long the episode lasts. And we'll be discussing whatever happens in episode 2 of House of the Dragon because the show's fire.
Do you have a ritual for House of Dragons or Game of Thrones in general? Do you like cook popcorn? Do you make some big old ribs or steak?
Nah, man. I think because it's funny. It's funny. It's good. I like that question. It's funny because I had watched it by myself. Obviously, I just told the story of how I became a part of Game of Thrones. The first 2 seasons had already passed. I was on my 3rd deployment, and a couple of soldiers and my platoon sergeant suggested once I got done with Spartacus, they were like, "Yo, would you like Game of Thrones?" And I'll say it again. I was like, "Man, I want to watch that fucking Dungeons and Dragons shit." Like, no, and they were like, "No, just watch it." And so they thumb drive first 2 seasons, started watching it, immediately was just stuck to it. And I watched the first season. Obviously, if you're up on Game of Thrones, first season, there's a couple. I always talk about a couple moments throughout Game of Thrones I think seasons 1 through 6, when I almost stopped watching it. And there's 2 moments. They killed Ned in the first season. I was like, do I need to continue watching this, or do I want to continue being absolutely furious at anything? Because that shit made me mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's a moment in the series where, like, I'm sure people and I've heard it from people who started watching it from day one. When that happened, they were almost like, do I want to continue watching this? Because this is fucked up.
I felt the exact same way when it came to Attack on Titan. For those who know, there's something that happens in the 3rd episode that totally throws you through a loop, and it pissed me off. I was about to throw things. I was like, how freaking dare you do this to me?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And of course I just had to watch a little bit further, and then it was fine.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. And so with Game of Thrones, like I finished the first season, and then there's
You know what's funny about Game of Thrones? Like, I remember when it was the big gap between seasons 5 and 6, and season 5 ends on the death of Jon Snow. Everyone and their mom that I know who watched that show straight cried foul. Like, they cried a foul. Like, they were just so livid at the fact that this main character who'd been here all 4 or 5 seasons just gets
murked,
brutalized by the night watch, and it's like, whoa. What the but then you get into season 6 and things happen.
That's the second moment. There's like I said, there's been 2 moments throughout this entire series where I was like, and with the Jon Snow death, to me it just seemed like, I understand you want to end the season on some fire shit because that's what they've done up until that point. I was like, why do this though? And it took me a while, like literally it took me a while before I was like, okay. And like Phil was saying, there was a big break between those 2 seasons, obviously because of the transition and shit. As far as they wanted to go with like how the show looked and things, and it was, for me, I was like, I don't know if I want to keep watching. Like I just felt like his death was so unnecessary in that point. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. Well, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, shit, man,
you're probably like me.
Yeah, but I think that if you do ever get into watching it, you'll be fucking.
I'm surprised at the fact Dawson's totally fine with watching Game of Thrones, but he won't bother giving the boys the time of day.
No, I haven't watched.
He hasn't watched either.
Oh,
see, it's more consistent, right?
I must have misheard you. Yeah, that is a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
You were gonna call me a hypocrite.
Maybe.
How freaking dare you call him?
But yeah. So with that, I will. This is just and I'm sure I'll say it again before the show ends. This is another invitation to join us on Sunday after the second episode of the first season of House of the Dragon. Come in, watch us talk about it for just a little bit, and go about your business, man. Jump in the chat. Tell us what you thought of the episode. I think the first one was pretty good, man. We had some pretty good people who had just watched the episode and jumped in talking about it, and it was exciting. And I enjoy that shit because when Game of Thrones was out, I was doing content creation. I wasn't doing live stuff. I wasn't doing things where I could like come after and conversate with people about it afterwards. So this is great for me as far as just
like a reset button.
Yeah. As far as it comes to winning Game of Thrones, because I remember when the last season of Game of Thrones ended, and I did my final reaction show or whatever. And I thought that like I wouldn't get the opportunity to do this again. I didn't know if it would take a lot of time or whatever, just to be able to talk about it, because conversation about shows like that, and that's if you look back at the past 2 years of not even just my show, For Nerds, any of the shows we've been doing, it's we talk about series on that level where we like deep dive into them, and we haven't been able to do it with Game of Thrones just because the original thing ended before like a lot of this stuff started. And so it's good to be able to do that, and I can't wait for Sunday night to be able, because the first episode ended fire, and I'm looking forward to what they have to show us. To be honest,
the fire rises.
Yes, Ray says, "Yo, Dawson,
you think the dog misses your
what up, TJ? Yeah, thank God it's Friday. Like I said, like I always say, thank God for y'all. If y'all guys are watching, it's Friday night. There's a million other things you could be doing. Thank you guys for jumping in and watching this and hanging out. So another thing, and I did mention video games earlier, and I mentioned Madden just a bit. The new Madden came out. Still feeling it out and shit, and I've been playing it in my free time. And if you guys are some Madden fans out there, I don't know if Jack's out there. Jack's waiting to beat me on Madden so he can talk about it for the entire season of Instant Replay. I think that's what he's doing. That's literally what he's doing. Yeah, he's like, "Yo, can I get your PlayStation username and shit?" I was like, "I'm not playing you and let you clap on me so you can share screenshots for everybody." Because I'm not, as far as the game goes, not that good. I just enjoy playing it at a level that I just love playing some Madden. So
yeah,
and obviously, towards the end of the last season of Instant Replay, John Madden passed away. Shouts out, and so they, what they did with the new Madden, as far as paying homage to John Madden, is fire. They've added a lot of
that's been pretty good, pretty well received. My one issue that I haven't played it yet, but I've seen gameplay. I've been like kind of watching it just to kind of see. Because I have Madden 22.
Yeah,
and I've been playing that. I love it. Face the franchise and all. But my main issue that I have, and it usually comes down to this with video games, is the graphics. The shoulder pads and jersey numbers.
Guys,
yeah. I mean, and especially when it comes to football, the shoulder pads and the numbers on the jerseys on this new Madden drive me nuts.
Yeah, it's a
because the numbers warp and bend, and like it doesn't look that way. And the shoulder pads are like they don't exist.
Yeah. No, I feel you. So what system you play, or what
Xbox
system?
One.
Okay, that's same thing for me. I don't know, Phil. You're in the next gen right now. You have a PS5. I still have a PS4.
No.
Well, no, I got you. But what I'm saying is like some of those things are taken care of when you jump up to the. I haven't jumped up yet. So like some of those things that you're talking about with like the graphics and stuff, big old leap when it comes to the next gen things or whatever. So so whenever I do have the opportunity, and trust me, man, as we're talking about video games, bro,
Dune Awakening.
Woo!
That looks gorgeous.
Dune, as a matter of fact, hold up. Let me get this up. I knew we'd get to it, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, we're gonna talk. Hold on, let me get this pulled up. So if you don't know, if you're big fans of the movie Dune, obviously Denis Villeneuve, he had his Dune movie, absolutely fire or whatever. And then so there's this game coming out that's tell you,
it's like an MMO survival type of game.
Yeah,
the graphics look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, yes, and that's okay. Here we go. So there's a game coming out for Dune, and I ain't gonna lie, I was really surprised that when I saw people sharing it just a few days ago, I was like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah, I had no idea they're making a Dune
No,
game
I didn't
whatsoever.
either. I didn't either. So like
That's
when
the
I
last
saw
thing you'd think would be adapted.
But also the visuals in this trailer are pretty let's see, hold up.
Spot on to the new movie. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Damn near spot on, I should say.
Yeah. No, they're let's be honest. They're good, especially when the camera goes down to the sandworm and you see
it eat up the spice miner. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The Underminer.
Is that what it's called? I have no idea what.
No, that's from Incredibles.
Machine is called.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch this. This is the trailer. Has a bit of gameplay in here for Dune Awakening official announcement trailer or whatever they're doing with this game, and I will be on board for this day one. So let's go.
I must not
fear.
Y'all
Hear that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The hair.
Yeah.
Fear is the mind killer.
The water suit.
Oh my gosh.
The cloth.
Yeah, that's so well done.
Bro. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fear.
The ornithopters, dude.
Death that brings
they fucking nailed this so good.
Woo!
That's my pet worm.
I will face my fear.
Look at this cape, bro.
Yeah.
I will permit it to pass over and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. For the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
My gosh.
I'm here for that.
That is beautiful.
Yes. Yes, it is. Probably one of the most beautiful things. Wait a minute. There's a beta? Oh, fuck.
What? Oh, yeah. See if you can't get part of that. Anybody out there, if you're looking, if you want to be a part of that beta, there's it is. Sign up for the beta. DuneGames.com. Go ahead and do it right now if you have the opportunity to. And look, man, that shit looks incredible. And there's a thing that I've latched on to when it comes to some of these games. As once I started meeting a lot of people, and this is a part of it, obviously, this show and meeting people who don't exactly live in my city, and we've been doing online shit for years, is when these type of games get announced, there's one thing I'm looking for more than anything is, can we play, bro? Can we play together? Can we get on? And you know what I'm saying? Because that type of thing for me is absolutely incredible. I know there's a Ghostbusters game coming out soon that you could have. You can get online and play together, which is just dope. It's just absolutely incredible. And as far as if anybody's able to do this, I'm gonna bring it down real quick. But yes, a Dune open world survival MMO, and dude, it looks fucking incredible. It looks that's ridiculous. Oh shit.
That hair and cloth is the thing that really struck me. It's like, holy crap, that's hair.
Let's see. Marcus Cruz was good. He says ACS watch Callisto Protocol. What is that?
I've never heard of Callisto Protocol.
Oh man, if y'all could just try to look it up. Callisto or Marcus, tell us what Callisto Protocol is. Yes, Jimmy, yes, it already looks straight. Dude, it looks good, man. It looks so fucking good. And just if you've seen Dune and you're a bigger fan of it as we all are, like just imagine being able to roam around that world as yourself.
Story-driven single-player survival horror game from the mind of Glenn Schofield, Callisto Protocol. That's what I'm looking at here.
Okay.
Apparently,
scary shit.
It's coming out December 2nd of this year, and its platforms are PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Microsoft Windows.
Dope,
Nice.
Any games, man, obviously, like I said, I play Madden and shit, and Uncharted. If I'm feeling nostalgic and want to get back at some of those, unless they release a new game of that. But a lot of the games I look at this year, like recently, has been like, how can I connect with the homies, man? How can we get on a game and just fucking play and have just a good time doing it? I know Ryan Zufred's son, Matt hit me up a couple times to play a couple games they've been playing online. Hadn't been able to do that
Yeah, he hit me up about multiverses, and I completely forgot to get back to him. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah,
bad.
I just couldn't. I just hadn't been able to have the chance to just jump on with him. But those kind of games at this point in time, I think when game developers are putting things together, I think those, for me personally, sound like the money makers. When people can get on games and just play with each other and just chill. Even if you want to take on a mission right now, let's do it. And that kind of shit is fire. Let's see. All right.
You ever play Destiny?
Yes, when Destiny first came out, me and a bunch of guys, B included, we played that shit hardcore for first 6 months after the game came out. Destiny, that's the kind of feel I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
You can get together. There's certain places you can go where you can just lounge together, and then there's missions and things of that nature they could do. Destiny is absolutely fire.
Yeah, I put it back. I put it on my 5, and I haven't gotten the latest expansion pack. It's like $80, and I'm like, "Fuck! Do I really want to spend the coin for that?" But at the same time, I'm with you in that. Like, it really kind of enhanced that multiplayer experience in that party feel kind of way, right? And I don't know, there's just something really fun about Destiny that I kind of miss the early days of Destiny, where you create a fire team, you have your own kind of custom space cadet kind of character who's like either a warlock or a hunter or a titan. And honestly, I'd do these whack ass mashups where my hunter kind of looked like a Mandalorian kind of character, but then my titan, he looked like Deathstroke. It was some dope shit.
Yeah,
but I've been thinking about getting back into that game.
Destiny was, especially like you just said, we've been talking about the initial release of Destiny was fucking the problem. I would say that's one of the few games that they made a lot of promises before the game came out, and then once it did, and we all as far as speaking, me and a bunch of my friends bought the game. The way we were able to play online kind of, we were like, okay, so the promises they made before this game came out were justified by the actual gameplay and shit. And that's what I'm talking about with any other game. It's I just love the fact of getting on and just hanging out, because obviously you got your headset on, you're chit chatting, you're just hanging out. And then if you you want to do this mission, let's fucking do it. And then you do it, or you just hang out and do some other shit where you're trying to up your little points or whatever, and things of that nature. So
that's
man,
what bums me out about Gotham Knights, the fact they totally just went, nope, no PS4 or Xbox One.
Man,
months before release. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, dude, that killed it for me. I mean, obviously, if I'm able to in the next, I'd say about 6 months, be able to get me to upgrade to a PS5. Yes, I'll be on it. But that was one when they just canceled the PS4 version. I was like, oh man, dude, that's another game.
That was a 4-man out. Seriously,
yeah, that's another game that I was looking forward to, as far as getting on with people and just playing it and just having a fucking bomb ass time. And if the mood allows, put that shit on Twitch, man. Play it on Twitch, have everybody watch you, have fun. And let's see. Hold up. He said, Marcus Cruz says, Dead Space remake. Oh, Dead Space was fire. That game was scary as fuck too. Dead Space was,
dude, it's freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
Dead Space was tough.
Yeah, it was. So yeah. And real quick, as you know, like I said, I like to talk about video games on here. Let me bring this up, because I do want to show this as a massive fan of Tiger Woods when it was PlayStation 2, when it moved on to PlayStation 3, and obviously there hadn't been any iterations that have made it to the next gen consoles or whatever. I got you, Phil. this game, look, I'm gonna tell you, Tiger Woods was, and I like to say I live in a small town, and I do. This was when Tiger Woods came out. EA Sports was the first one to put it out there, and the game got increasingly better. I think the highlight of the game, as far as its iterations, was the year they put the Masters on it. After that, from what I hear, it kind of went a little bit down a bit. Tiger Woods was the game where, if you're familiar with the PlayStation 2, there's memory cards. Tiger Woods was a game where I would see someone I knew at Walmart or Kroger's or something, and you'd be like, yo, what's up, man? Mm-hmm. And they would literally have their memory card in their pocket. I used to carry my PlayStation 2 memory card in my pocket in case a game of Tiger Woods came up in any capacity. Yeah. Because Tiger Woods, you could literally save your player to the memory card, so you could take it wherever you went. And that's something that I've always missed about video games. Obviously, I've been talking about games that we could all play, but together. But your character that you might create on any of those set games, it's too large to put on like a little thing you could just put in your pocket. And with Tiger Woods,
I remember one of the Tiger Woods games that was on the Xbox 360 was one of the first ones where you could, like, using the EA system, upload your face onto it.
Yes.
And my uncle's an optometrist, so he's like loaded out the wazoo. So always gets like the latest stuff. So back in 2009, he had gotten this, and it was the first time I'd ever seen anything like that. He pulls up his player, his face looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
I was like, what kind of witchcraft, freaking voodoo magic is this? And he's like, well, it's the EA service. You can upload your face onto it. I was like, what? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. In fact, that same year, that uncle introduced us to HDMI cables. So
there you go. And also, I think when it comes to this new Tiger that's coming, and then we're going to watch the trailer for it in just a few minutes. It's got the same thing. As a matter of fact, it's got a lot more. And I'm thinking to myself, this is how far we've advanced, because this new Tiger has creative course, all of that shit that was, people have been wanting for years when it comes to a golf game. And look, I used to, play golf like physically, wasn't good, just enjoyed playing it. Just like, I'm not good at Madden. I just enjoy playing it because it's fun. And
I played golf competitively in high school.
Oh, nice. So like this game, nice shirt, Phil wouldn't put on his Nintendo 64.
Oh, I've had it on the entire time.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Would you change? You came in
the hat.
Oh, okay.
The beanie was with the headphones and the beanie. It was like making my ears all red and shit. So I just changed the hat.
We're talking about video games here
today. Hey, what's going? South Cali guy was good. Hope everyone's having a good time. Yes, we're chilling, man. So I'm gonna bring this up, and I couldn't do an episode of my show without talking about it because I love this game back in the day so much, and it's finally making its return. Obviously, EA Sports, we had, Tiger's had stuff happen in his career, so they decided not to continue with him as a spokesperson. And I think EA Sports in general quit making golf games. So what happened is 2K stepped in, who makes fire basketball games, said, we'll take the mantle. And what it looks like they're doing with this is incredible. So without further, go ahead.
Does EA still do the EA Sports?
Yeah, they do. It's kind of weird. It says EA Sports is in the game, but like
it's a little different.
You probably if you YouTube or Google the intro to it, it's really fast, and you just see a lot of sports pass by, and then it says EA Sports in the game. Yes, they still do it, but it's more streamlined to like all of the games they put out, obviously. And look, this thing here, let me go ahead and pull it up. If you could just see from the start of the trailer. Obviously, you see how it looks and everything. There's the logo. They got all of the sponsors that EA used to have plus some. Like they've really stepped it up for this. So without further ado, here's the trailer for PGA Tour 2K23. They're not calling it Tiger Woods, but he's on the cover of the 3 versions of the game. You get the basic version that comes out on the 14th of September, or not September, but October. And then if you get the other 2 better versions, which also includes Michael Jordan, it comes out, you get it a couple days earlier. So whatever your taste is, here we go.
Very few people have ever laid claim
to
beating Tiger head-to-head. Good luck in your rivalry. You're going to need it.
lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away.
I woke up in the spotlight, hey, I'm feeling real good, like, hey, okay, that's how you really know I feel good today. I'm like, hey, I just did it
Top
again.
golf?
Hey,
What?
like, hey,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You gotta have the fun modes in there.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be fucking great. Here we go.
Oh shit. Oh no! Oh no! No way! Oh man!
Who's next? Tom Brady?
The damn goat. Yo, what platforms did it say it was for?
It's on it's pretty much on. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's on all of them. Obviously, if you still have like a older gen system, when you buy the game, you automatically get it. So if later on down the line you do upgrade and you get yourself an Xbox, the newer one, or a PS5, the game transfers over no problem. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So on October 14th. You get the 2K23 PGA Tour. Obviously, Tiger Woods here. If you get the deluxe edition, you get it 2 days early or 3 days earlier. Has a bunch of extra shit. I think to get Jordan, all you have to do is pre-order it. So you don't have to purchase the bigger versions as long as you just pre-order it. You get Michael Jordan.
And the biggest version, you get to play as Mario.
Yo, I've got 2 PlayStation 4s. I'm about to hand one off to my dad and pre-order this shit and be like, "Yo, you want to play as Michael Jordan? Here you go."
You know, you could just forget the whole plan and give that PS4 to me.
You know that's not gonna happen. So
I'm just saying, if you really value my friendship, I mean,
hold on, real quick,
you got $300. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a hold up. Marcus Cruz says Amazon is buying EA.
Yeah, you know, I think I did see something like that in passing over the last few days.
That's Amazon is doing their business right now. Obviously, we know them from the fire shows they put out and exclusive movies and things of that nature. But if that's the case, as long as they keep the integrity of the fucking game intact, let's go, man. So like I said, go ahead.
I've seen like a lot of that happen lately, where a lot of bigger publishers are buying smaller like I think I saw somewhere that Sony is in talks to maybe buy Square. That's a rumor going around. And now Amazon buying EA. It's like, yeah, I could see that happening. And Microsoft owns what did they get recently?
Your mother, Trebek.
Thanks. I don't remember, but I know Microsoft recently acquired one publisher studio. I don't remember which one, but I know for sure they acquired someone specific. But
yeah, I mean it's obviously we've seen probably in the past at least 6 years where stuff is moving towards there's conglomerates that purchase all of this stuff. Look, and I have zero problem with that as long as I get it when stuff like that happens. There's jobs lost, there's things of that nature, and you hate to see that. But as far as if they keep the integrity of the shit and they don't try to change it in any way, I think that should work out, especially fine for this game, because Tiger Woods was always one of those games where it didn't take a lot of. I mean, obviously the graphics look fire, the courses look great, but it doesn't take the actual effort from your system that it takes to play 2 rounds of Call of Duty. There's a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot of, you understand what I'm saying? So like these games have always been like, they always look a step above. And just to reiterate, October 14th, you get the basic version of 2K23, the deluxe edition, October 11th, and the Tiger Woods edition, which comes with there's mad shit connected to that time. It's like a whole set of clubs, balls, all kind of shit. So whatever your taste is when it comes to
whatever your taste in balls.
Yeah, if you do like Titleist,
Well,
Like
it's
that
funny you
ACD
mentioned
song, Big Balls.
you mentioned the like all these conglomerates forming and like buying all these different smaller things. You know what I wish would happen again? I wish 2K would be able to make football video games again. Because
Look at that.
to this day, I know
no.
that'll probably never happen, but to this day, my favorite ever football game to play because of the physics of the gameplay is All Pro Football 2K8. The one with John Elway, Jerry Rice, and Barry Sanders on the cover. That game was chef's kiss. Beautiful.
Yeah, that game, it was fire. As far as your inquiries, Dawson, hold on.
What?
Kind of what?
Your inquiry
Hold
is
it, wait, what?
all right, so this is that's a video. Okay, here we go. I'll bring this up real quick just because it's been in development. I think what it was when it comes to the NFL is that they know what they have with Madden, and
Madden has, or I guess EA has the exclusive rights to football, right?
The only exclusive thing they have is when it comes to simulation. Now, if you're going to make an arcade style football game, which if you played Madden anytime, like there's you can go between simulation and arcade style. Yeah. So they don't have the arcade style thing. So here we go. I'll bring this up here. This will please you, Dawson. Latest update. So last year it was announced that 2K, and this is, I'm not reading off this. This is just last year was announced that 2K was getting back into the NFL game. They're making a football game, 2K NFL update, and this is what let's see, with August 1st. So just almost a whole month ago, this is the last time they gave any updates, to be honest. And so they 2K and the NFL wanted this game to be ready by the time the season started this year. Not going to fucking happen. But I just brought this up to let you know that they've been working on it for 2 years. So I don't know what the snag is as far as them getting it done. Let's see if this. Let's see.
So if it's not simulation, like
it's arcade style, almost simulation, but
since it was announced back in 2020, fans have been eagerly awaiting any update on the return of NFL 2K from 2K Sports. How's it going, sports gamers? Mike Straw, managing editor, Sports Gamers Online here, with an exclusive update on the status of NFL 2K and its return. Now, while the series isn't going to be like the NFL 2K of old due to EA still holding exclusive simulation rights, it's still expected to feature some elements that fans will like. Unfortunately, though, it's been pretty quiet on the development front. Originally, the game was planned for a 2021 launch, only to be pushed back to 2022. Now, with no news and the 2022 NFL regular season right around the corner, there is concern that the wait will be even longer. Sources have told SGO that 2K Sports is working towards a likely 2023 release. However, a 2024 launch isn't being ruled out either. One source told SGO that there's a lot going into this game and they want it to be done the right way. If that means a longer development time, then that's what they're willing to do. Now, while there was some thought that the first 2K NFL game would be part of that new LEGO collaboration, that isn't likely to be what fans get first.
So yeah, that to basically sum that up, you heard what he said. The game is in. I guess I would look at it as though they're trying to make it perfect, and even though they don't have that one thing that they can't have is a simulation shit. So like they have to, as far as the arcade goes, they have to do it to the best of their ability. I'm not mad at all at the fact that it's taken a while, because I have a feeling when it does actually come out, it's probably going to be a very fun alternative to playing Madden on your on your system or whatever system you play with. So yes, so that they're still working on it. You know, I it's good that you brought that up, Dawson, because I had forgot all about that. They've been working on that shit for some years, but it looks like, you know, once they get done with it, it's probably going to be good. It's probably going to be, I'd say, you know, Madden is fun for me, honestly, it is, but some of the other game modes that they're talking about offering might be a little bit funner. You know, if you're working on 7-on-7 or just some fucking fun shit like that, that shit should be incredible to play. And
I just can't wait for college football video games to be back.
Man,
that's I've been waiting.
That's another thing that's been out there being worked on as well. And I do know that last year, and you played it, Face of the Franchise, where you get to play with some college football teams. Like you pick your college, they obviously didn't have like a wide range of things you could pick. But so if you guys are video game fans, I just wanted to share that shit as far as Madden and Tiger Woods coming back, because Tiger Woods is that's one of the funnest games I've ever played as far as when it comes to playing with people is Tiger Woods, because it was incredible. And I enjoyed it quite a bit. Let's see. I forgot. Let me I was messing with some music. Let's see how this background music helps, man. Let's see what it does. I want to throw some music. Okay.
Oh, never mind. I totally screwed that up.
Yeah,
Footloose. Gosh dang it. Now I look like a fool. Look what you did to me.
Hey, you know what? At least you're not like Scott Mendelson level town fool.
I mean, at least I figured it out before the lyrics, right?
Yeah. All right, so I did want to bring this up here, and because the movie was absolutely phenomenal, we love the movie. I can't think of anybody that I know who didn't love it. Top Gun Maverick lands on video on demand right here. How to watch it from home and pre-order on Blu-ray? I haven't. So I haven't bought it on digital because I'm waiting to get it on 4K when it finally releases on physical media, and like watch it at the house in the living room with just going nuts about it. But
get like a pilot helmet on.
I wish that'd be fire. What is this? Get off. Oh, here we go. But yeah, I just want to bring that up because the movie is absolutely fire. We talked about it plenty of times on the show, on this one, and plenty of other things for nerds, Andre's show and things of that nature. It's a fire movie. We all love it, and it's out now on video on demand. So if you want to watch it on Paramount Plus or whatever it's on, do your thing, man. And it's absolutely incredible. And it looks like it says audiences will have to wait a little bit longer for Blu-ray DVD release. Let's see if it puts a date on here.
The digital date is the 23rd. It's already out digitally, if I'm not mistaken. Oh.
What up, Ryan?
Nah, gosh dang it.
He heard Footloose. He was like,
I'm
back.
Dawson.
He heard Footloose. He was like,
hell yeah.
But it looks like it's let's see, I can't see. Oh, here we go. If you want to snag a physical copy, November 1st. It looks like November 1st is when you can get your hands on some Top Gun Maverick as far as physical media goes, which, that's what I'm waiting for. That's why I hadn't gotten it on digital, because I'm like, nah, I'm going to wait until I can get that 4K and put it and just watch it and be engulfed in this.
This is a physical media purchase.
Yes.
It is. I don't think that I'm not sure that watching it over video on demand will give you the same, experience as being able to watch it when it's physical media. Ryan, how you doing, man? You doing all right, man?
Doing good. I'm doing good. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right.
All right.
I was doing fine until.
Oh, right. That was wonderful. I was more interested in Phil.
I'm with Dawson.
I saw you were wearing a shirt. Not a shirt. You're wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Pink hat earlier. Where's that now?
Yeah, it's in my room.
Gavin, what's good, Gavin? Yes.
Yes.
She's good.
Right, week 1. It's almost here.
Next weekend, a week from tomorrow is when my football season show start, and I'll go into torture mode. But yeah, what's up, Gavin? Appreciate you stopping through, man. Hope you're there on Sunday for the instant replay fantasy football draft. So something else I wanted to talk about as well. Shit, where the fuck is it? I had it up here. Let's see. Is that it? That is not it.
Too many tabs open.
Yeah, a lot of tabs. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we did look at that. That shit was it's actually incredible. We talked about Doom. We talked about the game, which is going to be absolutely incredible. Oh, yeah, here we go.
That's cool. There's another game. There's like the Harry Potter game or whatever that's supposed to be the same.
My wife's very excited about that.
I saw that.
Yeah. Open world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the hey man, and as long as they add a feature where you can just jump online and play with your people, that's fire, dude. That's absolutely incredible. This is something I saw earlier, and I was, it says the Flash received some of the highest scores at test screenings since Christopher Nolan trilogy. Heard that before, and I'm sure you guys have heard that before as well. I'll bring this up real quick, and we'll discuss it. Whoa! Why is that the picture they got to bring up? That's it says Heat Vision. Heat Vision
blog. Yep.
Yeah. So it says Ezra Miller meets with Warner's leadership in the Flash course correct exclusive. Okay, is this old or what the fuck? It's one of the most consequential weeks in DC history. Warner Bros. Discovery seems they have found the executive to lead that division's film and TV efforts. There were funeral screens for a cancer movie Batgirl. Don't take it literally. They didn't show this at funerals. And the moving of major tentpoles, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is something I did want to ask you guys about. So, Aquaman, amid all the bustle this week on the Burbank lot, one could have easily missed a pair of figures walking around the offices and heading to a meeting of the highest order. But that's what Ezra Miller and the star of Warner's high-profile DC movie The Flash, their agent CA Scott Metzger, did Wednesday, the same day a Batgirl screening took place, which is
the funeral screening.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, we're canceling your movie, so let's just watch it one last time before.
One last time. Yeah, that's yeah. I wonder if the directors and shit had to be like there too. That's fucked up.
You have to I wonder if they had to like search them for phones or recording devices or anything.
I think in the theater that they showed it in, they had a lot of arrangements of flowers and things like that. And,
man, I hope not.
They didn't. I'm just saying.
That'd be cruel.
That would be cruel, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. So real quick, let's talk about it, man. The pushbacks, man. The dates. Aquaman moved from just a few months, or not just a few months, from March of next year until December. They just straight up said, "Yo, end of the year for you, Cat." And then Shazam, which was supposed to come out right around the same time as Avatar. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit last night. Phil, if you don't know, you can get too fussed about Avatar, but it is pushed back because of Avatar, probably considering what that movie is.
I was thinking, what if it's because of the movie? What if something like that we don't know about gets announced as like a huge property that nobody knows about? It's like, okay, December 2023, and they're like, we gotta move it again.
Come on, Aquaman.
Yeah.
No, I don't think.
Damn it!
I don't know. I think
The Matrix 6.
I would think Aquaman's move has more to do with other things besides.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Shazam shit though. They were like, "Yo, we have to get it off this date. What do we do?" Well, we just vacated March, and they're just like, "Yo, let's fucking." Oh, true. DC Talk was good. Killer Comics from Outer Space.
That is true.
My
son Matt is.
It's open world.
And
it's it looks great. It looks great. Matter of fact. So what do you guys think, man? Anybody jump up? What do you think about the schedules getting pushed, and what this means for us as the viewer, man?
For me, I was just like, all right, it happened again. It's at this point, like, obviously, I don't.
We're used to it.
Yeah, we're used to it. But like, I don't mean this literally, but at this point, I'm in a way thinking, I'll believe the movie comes out when it comes out.
Yeah. When they let you purchase tickets when it finally comes up on Fandango that you can
no, because
not even then.
You could purchase the tickets and then they moved it back to April.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Not even then.
Yeah,
I think Warner Brothers should change their name to What the Fuck Brothers.
Waiting Brothers.
I don't have the.
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, it's not surprising. There were rumblings and whispers that they were already going to move dates as it was anyway. I think the excuse they gave is absolute total bullshit.
Yeah.
How they don't have any money to market any movies except
they just freed up all that money for Batgirl. They just got money for Batgirl from the IRS or whatever. I mean, come on now, you got money. You got money. Don't give me that crap.
Yeah. I think,
they got deep pockets. If they can afford to bring back Ben Affleck.
No, he probably came back. He's just like, don't give me.
I think he probably came back as a favor to Alan. Alan probably just like, hey, yo, I'm trying to rework some stuff. Can you do it? Can you come back in? And he's like, I'll come back in for a scene or so. So
Yeah.
okay, cool. But yeah, and as far as like moving the dates, I mean, like I said, we're used to it. Number one. Number two, it gives them a little bit more time to sort of get their bearings on what it is that they want to do with this universe.
Yeah.
What you know, the cinematic universe. What do they want to do with like the timeline? You know, work it out. I mean, really, it'd be very advantageous for us to know what that timeline is. Like, there's rumblings of like, okay, well, when did Shazam happen? Because it had the blue suit Superman. And when did these other films occur? When does Black Adam occur?
We just need answers. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, if they would just supply their fans with answers, we can get behind that. We can have discussions like we do here, and then we can move forward and be excited because we know something.
Well, I mean, David Sandberg already said Shazam takes place after Justice League, so that answers that question.
But when?
As far as what do you mean when? It
Like how many years
matter.
after?
It doesn't really matter. It takes place after Justice
If you're
League.
making a timeline, it does.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, as far as like the Flash,
Phil, when
the fuck does it matter? Anyway, as far as Aquaman or the Flash are concerned, I mean, what happens at the end of the Flash is going to determine where that would fall timeline wise, and then depending on what happens with Aquaman as far as Ben Affleck is concerned would then also kind of matter where the timeline would take place. Obviously this stuff is all post Justice League, that much I can probably guarantee.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah
I think the only one that's not as obvious is Blue Beetle. Like that one, it's like we don't know when it's happening. We don't know if it's like
it's not really it's not as connected.
It doesn't need to be like
it doesn't need to be connected
after or anything. It could be any set time.
Also, that stuff that came out about the director doing some weird shit. It's weird. So, but that's the last.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh shit, man!
Hold on,
Ryan.
Ryan, you're the one who clamored to have Blue Beetle in the 4 Nerds thumbnail because the Blue Beetle news that we're talking about right now.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah. The director being weird, like the director being weird. That news. Yeah, the director being like.
I thought there was something that I missed out on today.
You're like, oh, what was that?
I'm still reveling over the Henry Cavill.
No. I'm just saying him. The director showing up, not knowing what scene they're filming, and all of that weird shit that they can't. That's just weird. Who knows? I haven't. That's the last time. That was the first and the last time that I heard about that. So I don't know how real that is. But at a certain point in time, that was gaining a little bit of traction. But there was nothing.
There's bigger fish out there that gets more attention than that. So
yeah. So and you're right, Dawson. It's separated, and so like, yo, let it stay, let it do its secret thing and finish it without getting fucked with. Like I just want to. I don't even want Zazop to know the shit's happening. I don't want to know that they're filming it. Don't look over there, Zazop. Don't look. Just let them finish the movie. And
don't look.
Yeah,
I think it does ultimately end up in Zaslav's lap, but I'm hoping that. Because his ear has got Alan Horn in his ear. I'm hoping that Alan is the one to be like, okay, now this is dope.
This is it, right? I hope he looks at that. He's like, yo, you see the suit, man? Shit's fire. Leave him be. Leave him alone. Let him do.
That was like, I don't know about this, buddy. He's like, no, shut it.
Yeah. You hired me for a reason. I'm giving you my advice. Let that shit sit, bro, because that's
he's got his hand on the trigger.
As far as
hand on the axe, bro.
Yeah, what we've seen get I mean, and I think Batgirl will probably live in some level of infamy. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, it'd be infamous for a while just because of what happened to it and the fact that like it's nobody had really seen anything from it. They still just chopped that shit. And then when the directors tried to go back in via like Zack Snyder and get their digitals, they were like, nah, bro, the server's clean. You can't get shit. You know what I mean? So like that's
like Jurassic Park. You didn't say the magic word.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't say the magic word.
So I think that's gonna live in. We'll be talking about the Batgirl thing for a minute. I think just because of the way it went down, and we don't want to see any like. I think I can universally speak for us. We're excited for Blue Beetle. Like the movie,
I was excited for Batgirl too.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to see. We've never had a Batgirl film, even though it started off as an HBO Max, and then they were like, "Oh no, let's put it in theaters." Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh no, let's not release it at all."
So
you know,
so it's the same.
We've never
feels.
had a Batgirl movie. I've seen Batman movies. I've seen tons of them. Seen Superman movies. Seen tons of those.
Yeah.
Haven't had a Flash movie yet.
We have technically had Batgirl in a movie, but we all know how that went down.
Well, yeah. But one that's sort of centered on her character.
Yes, it's her movie. It's her movie. Yes.
Yeah. And so that was interesting to me. Not being and to see Brendan Fraser come back. That was something that was interesting to me as well, because
that was
he had been mistreated in Hollywood after Mummy Returns or something, or the third Mummy. Something after that, something happened.
That one doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Nope. Well, hey, wait a minute.
It probably doesn't.
You'd want to cancel like Batgirl, or is that what you're trying to do?
No. I'm saying the Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor doesn't exist. That there is no third Mummy movie. There is none. It was just the Mummy and the Mummy Returns.
What about all the people that worked on that movie?
Did you know that there's a third Mummy movie called The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor?
I will drive to California.
I think he got
flashy thing
down. From the Men in Black.
I mean, I can buy you a copy and give it to you for Christmas. I really want it.
He needs that as well as a 4K version of Batman and Robin. Let's go.
That I can do. That I can absolutely do.
Dawson, your headphone cord is mad long, bro.
It is.
That's the longest headphone cord I've ever
These are the only two Mummy movies that exist, okay? These are the only two.
Yeah, and there's a third one called Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
You know Jet Li's in that.
No.
Oh, man.
No.
But
there's only one Mummy, and his name is Emotep.
The only thing that I didn't really like, I hated about it, and they did that with fucking Turtles too, is they recast the lady. I forget her name, but she was
April O'Neil.
She was great.
April O'Neil. Yeah, they recast
Rachel Weisz.
They recast April O'Neil as well. Yeah, that's right. But they took out Corey Feldman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
they
did.
brought him back, which when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, that's dope. That's my Donatello. But yeah, it sucks when and I know that the lady that played Evie, I don't know her name, but she was
Rachel
cast
Weisz.
in something else, and so there was scheduling conflicts. That's why she couldn't do it. But I was like, man, the lady that
wait
played
to
her
film the
just wasn't
freaking
as good.
movie. Like, wait, put it.
They
off.
should have waited. They should have waited.
Or just not made it at all. And when they got to the stage of the visual effects for the freaking Yetis, at that point they should have realized we probably shouldn't be making this.
Listen.
Just an idea.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson set that up perfectly in The Mummy Returns, and he said in 40 years he'll be returning as Black Adam.
No. The Mummy Returns was to lead into the Scorpion King. That's all it's supposed to lead into, and then the Scorpion King became its own freaking thing with 5 sequels that sucked royally. Don't even get started on that.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
There's only one Scorpion King movie too.
Yeah.
I heard there was like 3 or 4 sequels.
I think there's about 3 or 4.
You see this Apple Pencil?
You haven't seen
where
a
it's
lot
gonna
of
go?
films.
In my ear. In my eye.
It's much more painful. Well, that's actually pretty painful, but much more painful.
What could be more painful than my eye? I don't know. Oh, you mean the place where the sun?
Right,
the
so-
armpit.
Ow.
Yeah, the armpit. Definitely. That's definitely.
Sure, whatever.
So I'd
Right to
say,
Man, Dawson is vicious tonight.
When it comes to the Mummy and the Scorpion King, I'm ruthless. Okay.
Did you two like have a seance and change personalities or something? I'm genuinely kind of confused here.
I'm freaking. I don't fully understand what the wowzers is going on.
Oh,
man.
hi. Hey, Dawson.
What?
Do you know there's a movie called Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor?
It
I
started.
think he realizes that. Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser, and some lady that took over Evie's position.
Yep. And Jet Li.
Yeah, who
And she was
who
not.
There's some
good.
Yetis.
I can't remember what was the actress. Yo, I think also when it comes to Rachel Weisz, I
Rachel
think, like,
Weisz, yeah, that was the original actress. Yeah.
But
I said that
think,
3 times.
No, but I think when it came to like,
You said, whatever her name is, Rachel Weisz.
Yo, what was
Whatever her name was, Rachel Weisz.
Look. This is
And
Anthony's
Anthony
show. I
says it,
listen
and
to
Ryan's like,
Anthony.
oh, whoa, that was her name.
Yo, when she, I think that was a point in time when her career was really, really exploding.
It was taken off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she played. I think she played in the movie with Hugh
Her
Jackman.
and Rachel McAdams.
What was the movie with Hugh Jackman where it was like
Hugh
the
Jackman,
fountain,
Wolverine.
the fountain or something like that, where she played like they hit the fountain of youth. Like she was in a movie that was big, but it wasn't. I guess it wasn't.
Hugh Jackman.
Was
The only other Hugh Jackman movie I can think of was when he was.
Look up Rachel Weisz movies, man.
Christian
Like
Bale.
Rachel Weisz was also an Enemy at the Gates.
The Illusionist.
Yeah. No, not the Illusionist. The Illusionist is fire though.
No.
It's funny. You want to talk about parallels with movies? It's funny that we had our boy Chris Nolan make The Illusionist, and then damn it, what was the other one that came out?
The other one was what's his face that played the Incredible Hulk.
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Who was
heard
playing
that name.
opposite of him?
The Fountain, directed by Darren Aronofsky, Hugh Jackman, Rachel Weisz.
Yes, that came
that's
out.
it.
I think that's where she
2006.
separated herself from the next Mummy movie. She did that, and why she couldn't. But what I was talking about, those two magician movies. There's
Machete.
Hakuna Matata.
What?
No.
I raise you one.
No.
That means no word. All right, so also I did want to bring this up because I did see this, and as much this dude kind of gets on my nerves because he screams a lot, and I'm not a
Yeah, Andre sucks.
What?
He's like, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Nicotina
I don't know.
Show.
Maybe it could be. I don't know. What's good?
There's this dude. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. He calls himself Blu-ray Angel. And he just likes
I'm
to
gonna go get a
scream.
Gatorade for this.
I was like, he just likes to scream. What would you say? What did you say? He said ACS Matt Shackman and Fantastic Four. Oh yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yes, we will get to that.
Who's this person that yells? What are you talking about?
His name's Blu-ray Angel. He does a lot of reactions. He just yells a lot. It gets on my nerves. But he did happen to put something up, which is some kind of trend that they have going on now, where people are putting the end of certain films to the end of
What I've Done by Linkin Park.
Yeah, dude, it's fire.
Like,
and look, you could say what you want about the Transformers movies and the Michael Bay films. Most of them are trash. The first one I think is
the only thing that I liked from those movies was the work that ILM did on how they transform.
Yeah,
that was the most.
The first movie is dang good though.
I do love the first movie.
The one thing I didn't like about the first movie was that they were all separate instead of like being in a ship, or mothership or whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't like that they were all separate.
Oh, the way they came to the planet.
And then when they transform, their cars or whatever are pristine, but when they transform into the robots
they have damage. They
have damage because it's CG versus live action. So yes, those are little nitpicks, but yeah.
But I do it like I said, as far as whatever you think about those movies, I think the last one was pretty good. But Bumblebee, I liked for the most part the beginning shot. The on Cybertron shit.
That was dope. I could have, and this is one problem that I've had with the mentality of Hollywood is they're like, we can't make a full live action version of that. I'm like, no, you can.
Like, why not?
And because they're like, you don't have the human component to and that's why you have in Bumblebee, you have the girl so that we can kind of
they make animated stuff without humans all the freaking time.
And they don't get it. It's weird.
The first part of Bumblebee is absolutely fire.
I could have watched a whole movie about that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So the excuses they made, okay, relax. All right.
Yeah.
But as far as the whole entire movie of Bumblebee goes, I did enjoy it, and I think most of it was because of that. But also I didn't mind it as much. But at the same time, when that period of the movie ends, I'm like, continue? No. Fuck y'all, but I'll continue to watch this movie just because I'm
I still have
the rest of the movie was E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
I still have.
I'll give you that. Yeah. Go ahead, Phil.
I still haven't seen Bumblebee.
Oh, dude, I
saw one.
The beginning part is
it's better.
It tells a lot because Michael Bay's all his movies that came out Transformers. When this movie got made, when the trailer. 75% of the trailer was that first part of the movie. That's what they chose.
That's because they knew.
They knew exactly.
It'll get butts in seats.
Yep, they knew that would get it because it
shows.
When
you watch it,
all of the Transformers they're
comic,
they're animated, they're toy accurate. I'd say they all just look great. But what I was talking about was the fact. Look, we all love the end of that movie. I do anyway, just because the song Linkin Park. I'm a big Linkin Park fan, and I thought that the end of that film was incredible the way it went down, and so people have started putting that shit to what? Oh. since I got this link, there's a lot more. But let me.
The one thing I can give Michael Bay, but I have to give it back to ILM anyway because they're the visual artists. Is I liked Devastator. I like their interpretation of Devastator in the movies versus the yellow, green, purple Devastator from the cartoons. I thought it translated really well.
Wasn't Devastator the big one from two?
Yeah, it was Constructicons altogether.
Yeah, all of it.
I thought that was very imaginative. I liked the way that was executed.
You know what's funny about God damn it, I can't find it. Hold on. But what's funny about the Constructicons, which is absolutely fire when you look back at it, I'm like thinking to myself, when I was a kid, this was dope.
We talked about him and he arrived.
What's up?
Look at the last comment.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. It's a 4 nerds. Yeah, man. Minus.
It's a 4 nerds, but improved.
I knew it improved 4 nerds. All right,
he's been benched.
English now.
Hold on. I'm trying to find the original scene. Is what I'm talking about. But people were just putting the Linkin Park song to it, and I thought a couple of them
were doing something like that to like the Vader Obi-Wan fight or something. It was something like that. They were putting all kinds of different.
They did one to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hello there." What I've done. It's like yes. It's great.
All right, so here's the original. If you're, what the fuck? It's okay. Anyway, so here's the original. I'll bring this up and we'll watch this. We're gonna see.
And though we are worlds apart, like us, there's more to them than meets the eye.
Hey.
I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars.
Oh, dude.
We are here. We are waiting.
There's a problem with the movie right there.
Well, the writers, yes. They also did Star Trek. Yeah. They also did Star Trek together.
I did enjoy Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, they did.
That one's a win, though. That one's a win.
And then one of them went on to keep doing like superhero. I don't know if it was Orsi or
Kirkman. I think is sorry. Kurtzman is still doing Star Trek stuff.
Okay, and then it must have been Orsi. It was one of them went on to do more comic book, but it was on the small screen. I think. It might be.
This might be what Dawson was talking about. Let's see if this is it.
Dan, you want to meet him?
This kid's face.
Yeah.
You got something for me?
Hello there.
Oh God! Get out of here! Get out of here! Oh,
I love it.
I would have got him and walked out of the theater, even though there's no theater.
I love it. So good.
Oh man, dude, it's dope, dude. It's dope. It's dope, man. Don't hate on it, man. It's dope. That song is so fire. It just hold up. So this is when I saw this earlier. This is why I brought this out. I just wanted to bring it because it's like hold up. Let's see. Let me go back. Where is it? Oh, here we go. This is probably the best one, just because the end of the movie matches up so well with it. So here's this. Let it speak for itself. Here we go.
So let mercy come and wash
Okay.
It's like the perfect ending song. It works with everything.
Oh my God.
I could even slap that at the end of The Dark Knight. It would still work too.
Hold up. Oh, here we go. This is This is
the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. This is for Dawson here.
I never did like these eyes.
Oh, I love them.
I like part 2's eyes
spider-like.
better.
Here we go.
2 had the better suit. 1's the better movie.
Yeah.
I love this suit.
It is dope.
I don't care, Ryan. Majority is wrong.
Not in this case.
Hey,
Is that a Zack Snyder slow-mo?
Kind of gives me the TMNT animated movie vibes.
Wasn't there some like dialogue when he was talking or something? They need to put that back in. That'd be funny.
Mysterio.
Oh, here it is.
Oh my god! Okay, no, that took way too long.
It did take way too long.
The other Spider-Man was funnier.
I think they clipped the I think they clipped the audio because they didn't. Oh man, hold on. Okay, so what? Okay, people are putting it on.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
That would have been funny shit.
Yo, it's funny because look, I'm looking forward to it in the next couple of weeks. People are gonna put this on a lot of shit. Just be prepared. They're gonna do it. It's not gonna make any sense. You're like, what are you talking about here? Hold up. Damn it, I'm trying to find
Also, the what was the ending of Spider-Man 2 where it's like, I am Spider-Man. What I've done.
Damn it, I can't find it anymore. What the hell?
Oh man.
They should do the end of Matrix.
Oh,
when Neo flies up.
Yeah. Well, he's on the phone. He's like,
he's like, damn it. And he's like looking
screen.
around. He's like looking at everybody, and then all of a sudden he just flies up out of nowhere.
Oh, it would work so well.
It would work so well. Yeah.
Why has no one done this yet?
Dawson, you could be the one. You could get a lot of views.
Okay, here's somebody said
if that's the trend.
This is pretty much the same thing as what we've seen, but they put hold up. This is one they put that they added the Uncle Ben's funeral scene in there and shit. So let's see.
Oh gosh.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Whatever life holds in store for me, I will never forget these words.
Oh God.
With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, they cut it up.
Hilarious.
I've drawn me back from the truth of 1,000 lies. So let mercy come and wash away what I've
Oh man. Now that was a better setup than the first one we saw of that. That was better. They did a good job.
Oh man. But I think if you're creative, that song literally will finish any movie. I guarantee any movie you can think of.
What? No. Empire Strikes Back.
Hold on. Oh yeah, dude. You talking about Empire Strikes Back?
When you see the ships Luke, kind of slowly moving away.
Yeah, where Luke and Leia are standing there and they're watching out. You see C3. Bro, and it says, what I done. If you're watching right now, do it.
I'm saying
that's dope, dude.
That could be hilarious.
Oh man, yeah, that's insane. Let me see. Let me refresh this real quick. See if I can find some more. But yeah, that I just want to bring that up because I thought that was entertaining and it was.
You can even do that to Superman, the Chris Reeves when he's like waving at the camera and then he goes away.
Yeah. It's wait a minute. Oh, okay. Oh, that's something else. I thought I was like, what the hell is this? Yeah, I can't find it anymore. It's some of these are what? Oh, okay. That's what the fuck. All right. Anyway,
did y'all talk about Mr. Lin, Dan Lin? I know I joined late.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yo, so yeah, what do you guys think, man, about this dude? I mean, obviously, the shit got talked about yesterday when it came out. No new news today. I don't think there hasn't been any
not on his behalf as far as like what he's about or anything like that. Or any finality to what have they closed the deal or anything like that. So we don't really know yet. But
Yo,
the whole
hey, appreciate you jumping through, homie. What's good? We've been watching What I've Done videos for.
Yeah. the whole exit of Walter Hamada, that's very encouraging. It's good to know. I'm hoping, and so what this guy has done here, Dan. He was involved with Justice League Mortal, but also some other like DC properties, right? Other than the Lego Batman, but I thought he was involved in something else that had to do with.
I know it was one of the things.
He did it. He did Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
I know the Justice League Mortal stuff, so I don't know if as far as look, man, dude, I don't know what to think about old dude, to be honest.
Yeah,
because I don't know enough about him.
Well, one thing that was another thing that was encouraging, I guess, is when he mentioned the Justice League Mortal, he sort of like, since he's worked on that one, even though it failed or whatever, or got shut down in production, it was in production. Yeah. There's a lot of his ideas that didn't end up on screen, that didn't end up in anyone's script or anyone's iteration or anything like that. So. Mm-hmm. At least he's got some fresh ideas that he could possibly insert or integrate or whatever. And that's starkly different from Hamada, because Hamada comes from New Line Cinema and he's mainly done a lot of horror films. So I don't know really.
Huh? Remember, Hamada was brought in purely for budget,
for financial
yes perspective. Dan Lin is looking to be headed all of DC.
Yeah,
television, film, animation. And he will be, provided talks do go through and he closes a deal, he will talk directly to David Zaslav. That means he does not answer to Pam Abney or Mike DeLuca. Means he.
Do you think? Now in that paradigm with Zaslav on top and then and Dan below, where does Alan Horn fit? Because he's in there for his perception or his critique or
If his advisory role is in the way that I see it, it's literally like a smidge in between the two, because he's not anyone with not necessarily authority, but more of inspired influence. There you go.
Yeah.
Because he is the one telling Zaslav, maybe you should do this. Here's my input on it because of past experiences. Yeah. You're still the boss. You make the call at the end of the day, but here's my perspective on it. Yeah. And you'd have to imagine that he was also the one who also recommended Dan Lin to David Zaslav. So you'd have to imagine that he probably would look at Dan Lin and be like, sure, kid, go for it.
I would think that also Alan Horn probably also recommended to cancel the Batgirl. Yeah. Because I think what they're doing, and I did a little spaces thing earlier, but I was sort of working things out in my head when I was talking. I was like, what the reason why they canceled these other properties was because they have in their mind, Dan Lin had to give a pitch, right? He had to sell himself basically, as far as like his ideas, his thought process, whatever, to Zaslav and whatever panels were there with Alan Horn, possibly maybe in that meeting or not. But he had to sort of had some sort of timeline. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Some sort of like structure set up for like, this is what I'm thinking the DC universe should sort of go for or go forward with, and maybe that iteration of Batgirl with Keaton in it, because it was so heavily tied together versus, like a one scene, a one-off from like Aquaman 2, where that's easily replaced. Couldn't really untether Keaton from this universe because of this iteration or this version of Barbara Gordon and Batgirl, and how Keaton inspired her to be Batgirl. So it's not a simple hey, replace Keaton with Batfleck in this story, because it just, the vibe would be different. It would be different. So I'm thinking that's maybe the reason why that was canceled. Wonder Twins was canceled. The Trench was canceled. The fucking, whatever else was just, New Gods, all that stuff was just canceled because it just wasn't gonna sync up with the major three: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman story narratives going forward.
That Trench and New Gods were also canceled with Hamada, Sarnoff, all of them still in place.
They were still in place, but you have to believe that David Zaslav and the whole merger takeover, he wasn't able to do anything legally until they actually acquired the company. But there has to have been meetings. There has to have been sessions of them going through and kind of evaluating what it is. Because when you go through and you're evaluating a company, you're evaluating all assets, of course, not just DC, but all, the Harry Potter, all that other stuff, right? And that had to have been a pretty lengthy time, a pretty lengthy amount of time to sort of deliberate. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that?
It makes sense. It makes sense, man. I mean, look, if he did come in there with those meetings you were not talking about, he was like, yo, even if he just gave the impression that once this company belongs to me, these certain things are out of here, and then those things.
He just got done watching the Tomb of the Emperor.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. Here's another one. And what the fuck, man? Come on.
The fuck, YouTube.
Yeah. I said YouTube. It's here we go. Well, bring that back down. I thought I was gonna play.
It's got 32 views.
So check the group chat.
I'm scared now.
Hold on. Let me click over. Hold on.
Hold
Oh, you did it? Oh my god. Okay.
Hold up.
Thank you. And hey, Dawson, I thought of another one. The end of Empire Strikes Back.
I heard that.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything in the group chat. What am I missing here?
Hold on.
Oh, I sent it to the foreigners chat we've had for a while. That's my bad. I should have sent it to all you guys at the same time.
Yeah.
I got too excited.
Let's see.
What?
Let's make sure this should play. All right, so here we go. This one probably should play better than the one I tried to play just a minute ago. But
Kinemaster, what is that?
That's where Dawson went. He was like,
yeah. Oh god, that's pretty good.
There you go. Yes, indeed. There it is.
The Wachowski. Because there's a title card, or it should have the Matrix.
I think is that what it says when it? Yeah, that's the first thing you see. Right? I think you see the Matrix, and it says directed by the. I'm not sure, but yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't have that in the video that I found. So.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh man, hold up. Where's the damn? Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, so somebody was asking in the chat. Marcus Cruz is asking about the yes.
Oh, F4 on your keyboard. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm bringing this up real quick. I remember Phil telling me about this before the show went live, and I hadn't seen it yet. So it says Fantastic Four. WandaVision director Matt Shakman in talks to helm the movie from Marvel. Let's see. This shit just came out like recently today. Following the exit of John Watts, Marvel's signature superhero team has found a new director. And as we go down here, we can see where it says Matt Shakman. Is it Shakman or Shakman? Shakman. Shackman. All right, the veteran TV director who ushered Marvel Studios into the age of television is in early talks to make the jump to MCU features with Fantastic Four, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. What is this guy?
So, do you think he'll bring back Ralph Boner?
What?
No.
That was from WandaVision.
Shackman became a Marvel favorite with the Emmy-winning WandaVision. The first MCU series released by Disney Plus. He came up as a director on FX's long-running comedy It's Always Sunny. Fire. That's good to see. Before graduating to event storytelling with this dude, his resume has upped itself in this one sentence for me right now. He came up as director on FX's long-running comedy It's Always Sunny, and graduated to event storytelling with Game of Thrones, which is in July 2021. Paramount tapped him to direct the next Star Trek film, which is currently dated for December 22nd, 2023. So that is
Aquaman.
There's actually been an update on this. Since he took this role for directing Fantastic Four, he's no longer going to be able to do Star Trek. Paramount's going to have to find somebody else to do Star Trek.
Okay. It is unclear if he will remain involved. It's now very clear. Phil, just let us in. All right, other filmmakers who met on the project included Love and Monsters director Michael Matthews, nice. Dog filmmaker Reed Carolyn, nice. The two finalists ultimately were Matthews and Shackman, according to sources. Fantastic Four will kick off phase 6 of Marvel storytelling with the film due out November 8th, 2024. No casting is known, but John Krasinski, who was long fan cast in the role, appeared as Reed Richards / Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, released in May. Yes. However, it was an alternative universe version of the character, meaning it is an unknown if Krasinski will continue in the role. We all know that. Writer Stanley and artist Jack Kirby, shouts out to you guys. May they rest in peace. Introduce the team of Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, and the Thing in the pages of Fantastic Four #1 in 1961. The comic reinvented the publisher, then known as Timely, and launched the Marvel Universe as a shared storytelling canvas. There's a much more about it here. It says the Fantastic Four is cornerstone of Marvel mythos, all of that stuff, which is this paragraph here is pretty much why we have been pining to see them in the MCU and see what they've done. You know what they're going to do with them when they get there. So with this news, gentlemen, what do you guys think, man? What do you think about?
I'm game. I mean, I it's no secret. I like John Watts. I liked all the Spider-Man movies, flaws and all. I was kind of disappointed to see him walk out of that. But I think this is a good grab. I mean, WandaVision wasn't perfect, but I think on the whole, there was a lot more good than bad. I think if you look at like the tonality, the character work in WandaVision, it can absolutely, I mean, you think about WandaVision and its family dynamic, and that's exactly what the Fantastic Four has needed. I mean, the movies that came from Fox, they were more superhero centric than they were fantastic family dynamic, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like Shackman understands that about this concept of this superhero family, and I'm excited. I mean, it's sounding like this announcement might have happened at D23, but maybe someone let it slip earlier, or maybe they wanted it out there early. I don't know. There's a high probability that there's a lot of rumors swirling around that the Fantastic Four cast might get dropped at D23. I don't know. You'd have to think, since that movie is going to release in 2024 and next year being 2023, they're probably going to start shooting it sometime next year. So they might want to get their cast in order. And then you also think back to how Marvel's traditionally done their reveals. I mean, they revealed Natalie Portman for Mighty Thor in 2019. The movie came out, after delays and everything 3 years later. You'd have to imagine that they're probably kind of going to do something in the same kind of vein. And I'm wondering if they're going to recast Reed Richards or pull back Krasinski back into the role. I don't know. I'm good either way. I like Matt Shackman. I like WandaVision. As you know, he's done Game of Thrones and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's a lot of family stuff going on in both of those television shows.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a good pick. I'm game for it.
Nice. Same. I am as well. The resume speaks for itself, so I'm looking forward to it. Ryan, what you think, man?
The only thing I'm hoping for this movie is no Doctor Doom. I don't want to see the Fantastic Four go up against him yet again.
I feel that.
I would rather he have his own film, or be introduced in a different way or different manner.
Rumor is he might show up in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Right.
So, right. If that rumor is correct, then that'd be dope. I want to see, and I did think that the family dynamic in Rise of the Silver Surfer was pretty good. I like their interaction in that film. They seem more comfortable. Just as an ensemble returning cast. The first one, it was okay. It wasn't a bad film. The F4 or whatever the hell that came out later on with Van Forstick wasn't good. The Doctor Doom in there wasn't good. I preferred the Doctor Doom from the first film.
Yeah,
but
I will say this, and I'll always argue this. I think the first 2/3 of the Fan Forstick are at least solid. The third act sucks.
I don't know about that.
Look, when it comes to Fan Forstick, I think the actors that they got were fire. The story is what got it. Just when they announced the names when they announced the actors for that movie before it even started production, I was like, oh, this is a good cast of young characters. They're fire actors in their own right.
Fire actors,
yes,
fire actors.
Yes.
I thought the Human Torch. I liked his performance better in that other movie, Chronicle. Yes, I loved his performance in that.
Chronicle's dope.
I just love the fact the Fan Forstick kind of leaned more into the body horror situation of the Fantastic Four. I think that made sense to me. But again, the third act with Doctor Doom and all that stuff was just garbage.
I mean, you can just kind of tell the movie's messily edited. You can tell that it's really, there's not a whole lot of locations to it. You can just tell that was just nothing more than Fox trying to hold on to those rights.
Sure. And that same thing happened with Superman. They made Superman Returns because they were holding on to the rights because of the the Siegel and Schuster estates. We're like, yo, if you're not going to make it, because they were like banking on Batman. It's like, if you're not going to put make a Superman movie, we're going to get our rights back. We're going to shop somewhere else.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, the Fan Forstick was just all over the map. I did not like, and I'm glad it didn't evolve and go further or whatever with the narrative. But
the funny idea was like that was supposed to culminate in some kind of crossover with then the Fox X-Men. Like they wanted to do some.
They even had like a big old group picture of everybody, including Channing Tatum, who was supposed to play Gambit.
Right. And they wanted to do some like Avengers versus.
And apparently he's doing Magic Mike 3, so he can't do that. And that's supposed to be the secret film for next year. They're like there's a secret Warner Brothers film. It's
in
February.
February.
Yeah, February.
So we'll see what that. So what do you think about it, Dawson? You looking forward to it, or you think it'd be at this point in time when it comes to Fantastic Four? Obviously, we know that it's recently where these things, as far as who's allowed to take these characters and put them in live action, the ownership has moved obviously to Disney and things of that nature. So we I think
it's in better hands.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say that. Yes, I would
deeper
agree
pockets.
With that. Yes, yeah. And look, and it's a thing to where like I think that's one of the ones. As much as we could talk about the Fantastic Four movies that came. I think as far as me personally speaking, when it came for the time for X-Men to be given to someone else, I think I was very cautiously. Like, oh man, I don't know, because there's a lot of those X-Men movies from Fox that I think are absolutely fucking fire. But the first one and the second one were dope. X-Men, the third one, the Brett Ratner came in.
Brett Ratner that was supposed to be Mick G, right? He was supposed to direct it, and then
I don't know the specifics behind that one.
Yeah, I remember it was something like that happened, and then for some reason he got switched
Gavin Hood,
Charlie's Angels.
Gavin Hood got royally screwed on X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yes,
because he was told to rewrite scenes every day they were shooting. That's why the third act of that movie is a fucking pigsty.
Oh, dude, it's
trash. Dude. I'm sorry, but that movie right there, even though they took liberties with Sabretooth, like Sabretooth and Wolverine going through all the wars was fucking dope.
Yes,
I can't disagree. I mean, there are good things in that movie, but by the end of it, it's a fucking.
But it made no sense because it's father and son. But I mean, they're brothers. But,
yeah,
I mean.
I will say, I'll keep saying this. X-Men Origins Wolverine is, people say they have their guilty pleasures, bad movies that they like watching anyway. X-Men Origins is mine. I love watching that movie, even though it's like Yeah, there's bad parts about it for sure.
You know what X-Men movie I won't watch?
Mm.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh,
fair enough.
I can't.
I can't watch Apocalypse. I can't watch Dark Phoenix anymore.
That's the irony. Like, I think Dark Phoenix is actually a bit of a better movie than Apocalypse, but only because
my favorite. Oh, go ahead.
But only because it's a literal train wreck in a train wreck.
Yeah,
it's a train wreck.
That's a good analogy.
But my favorite one, and I love the you know the 90s X-Men. I get it. You know, Matrix came out, everybody's in leather. Get it. It was good for its time, but I really love First Class.
Yes,
I really love First Class.
That's what I'm saying.
Damn good ensemble movie.
What I'm saying is like when that you could talk about the properties that Fox had when it comes to Marvel that they gave that is being taken over, and that's why I said I took pause because I'm like some of those movies are dope.
New Mutants only exists for Dawson, so Dawson likes New Mutants,
absolutely not.
Batman
absolutely
and Batman and Robin, and The Mummy 3.
How freaking dare you?
Y'all know I did a drunk commentary to Batman and Robin.
Did you? Oh yeah,
that's Christmas. Oh my god,
that movie is dope.
Yeah, dude,
maybe when you're
it's
super
like
drunk.
you said with Dark Phoenix, it's a fucking train wreck. Where'd it go?
But as far as we were talking about X-Men Origins Wolverine, look, that intro, I'd like to. I remember the first time I saw it, and I said, if I was going to make a story, a movie about Sabretooth and Wolverine, like how they came about, that shit's dope. And also, I do like Ryan Reynolds as the early
Wade Wilson.
That shit was dope.
Wade Wilson.
Wade Wilson jokes, all of that shit was fired. When
the line where he's like, "Do you ever shut up, pal?" No.
The only thing I didn't like was when his swords came out of his hand.
Yeah, that didn't make sense.
No. How do you?
I'm not talking about when he became Deadpool. I'm talking about when he was still Wade Wilson.
Oh,
in the elevator when he cut the bullet in half and it hit the two dudes.
I love how they reference that in one of the Deadpool movies.
Oh,
the first one, I think.
Yeah. What do you got? That's what's good. But yeah. So as far as that goes, like you guys, I'm interested. I do want to see. I mean, as far as the dude's track record, I'm on board. So hopefully. Guy comes in and makes a fire Fantastic Four movie because that's exactly what we need. This is something else that Phil, you hit me with. And this is hold on, let me which you know right into X-Men Origins Wolverine. You got your boy Danny Houston right here.
Oh,
joins Bill Skarsgård in The Crow. You remember they told him to walk? She put his hand. What did she do to him?
They're doing The Crow again.
Yeah, man. Is it another Crow movie? It said Danny Houston joins Bill Skarsgård in The Crow. Yep. I don't know what the roles are. Let's see. Let's click on and see what happens. Let's see. What did she tell him though? I can't remember. Me and Phil were talking about this before.
Walk until your feet bleed, and then
walk until your feet bleed and keep walking.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine being told that, but you can't say no because obviously you have mutants.
Wow. I mean, I love Brendan Lee as the Crow.
Dude,
but watching that movie again, it was like silly.
Because
of the time it was made.
Yeah,
but there's some really cool imagery. But it was just like watching it again. It's like, oh, that's.
I still want to read the graphic novel. I want to read.
It's dope. It's dope. The Crow. That's. Yeah.
It's a great premise for like a pseudo superhero, anti-hero, whatever.
It says veteran director Danny Houston has joined Bill Skarsgård and FKA Twigs in The Crow, the new adaptation of the comic created by James O'Barr. Rupert Sanders is directing the feature, which is now weeks deep in production. So in the Czech Republic, so it started production. Don't know much about it. Obviously,
who's playing The Crow?
Bill Skarsgård.
Oh, he is. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. Yes, that's right. That's
okay.
Right. Yes, yeah. So he is playing The Crow. So when he gets here, hey man. Let's look. Here's if you could see this picture. I don't know how good you could see it, but this is Bill Skarsgård right next to right next to Brendan Lee and the director Rupert Sanders. Yeah. So we'll wait and see how that goes.
If you look at the art for The Crow graphic novel and you look at Bill Skarsgård, like you can see why they cast him. He looks a lot like it.
Yeah. I go ahead, Anthony.
No, I was just gonna say like the original Crow that came out, which is it's a cult favorite movie, right?
Sure, right.
But I think Brandon Lee was chosen because he kind of looked like him, but because it was Brandon Lee and he was an up and coming, like big time. Like when he made that movie, as far as action star, his name was way up there. Like, he was one of the budding action stars that, like, if he was still with us, he'd probably be, on levels of some of the other cats that came.
Well, I mean, it really helped his career out, of course, that he was, his father.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Everybody was like, "Yo, we want to see good things from him."
Yeah,
and then unfortunately, they had that accident on set.
So it's such that's wild. That's another conversation that happened about what happened to both of them, which is ridiculously insane.
It is insane. Yes,
it's insane, dude. It's insane, and
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But so go ahead.
I'm really excited for this, but I feel the same way about this movie and the same way I felt about the Batman, because prior to this movie happening, there was going to be a Crow movie with Jason Momoa and Corin Hardy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
and Jason Momoa even showed off some concept and a picture of him in like Crow makeup, and you see like eye up of him, and I'm just like, oh fuck, that would have been perfect. And I feel that same way about like Ben Affleck and Batman and how that movie almost happened. It would have been against Deathstroke. But then, Matt Reeves came in, he cast Robert Pattinson, made his movie, and I'm just like, well, this movie's fucking amazing in its own right.
I mean, it's the same thing. Think about Nicolas Cage being Superman, right?
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, they go same thing with Jack Black becoming Green Lantern. I hope I'm glad I didn't. But, yeah. I'm just saying. They do these things where it's like they're so close, and then it's like something happens.
Yep.
Yeah, in the yank. Yeah.
And I'm hoping that doesn't happen here, because it sounds like they're fully invested in. I mean, they're in the Czech Republic. They're in heavily pre-production. It sounds like they're probably going to start filming soon. So if that's the case, we're probably going to get like a first look of Skarsgård as Eric Draven soon, I would imagine.
There's always a Skarsgård in a movie.
Usually,
the family is rather.
The family is kind of like they're branching out and everywhere, It's
like the do you remember the Baldwins back in the day?
The Baldwins, they were.
But these
didn't they have two of them in one movie? The Shadow.
Yeah,
because Alec Baldwin was the Shadow.
Alec, and then they had another Baldwin that was, or it was vice versa. I thought one was the Shadow and one was him as whatever his alter ego is. Didn't they? Didn't they shift to like one brother to another? I always thought I was a kid when it came out, so I always thought that's what they did, because he looked the same but kind of different.
You were a kid once?
Look, you're still a kid. It does happen. Your moment will come. Just hold on to that.
It's funny, man. It's talking about that, considering I think the Baldwins, besides Alec, who I think is probably the best actor out of the brothers, they became famous off of. Everybody thought that the brothers looked good. They had some good looks. You know what I'm saying?
They had good. Same. Decent, I mean, the Wayans were fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
they were,
and they were good looking.
Yeah, good. But I think that I would take the Wayans acting because it was comedic and funny.
Marlon was going to be Robin.
I would take them because the Baldwins, their acting was decent, but I think they were more or less. It was like,
wasn't there multiple Baldwins in the Fireman movie? What was that? Backdraft.
No, it was just I think it was just the younger brother.
I thought there was. I thought Steven and oh god, who else?
I'm trying to remember.
The one and Steven and the one from Biodome. Who's the one from Biodome?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
Well, the one with his Pauly Shore and such Baldwin. I forget his
name.
Fire.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that? I was looking away. What was this clip? Hold on.
I forgot you.
Nick Baldwin.
Okay. Oh no!
No.
Here you go.
I'm gonna IMDb.
Fire.
That comes from Backdraft. That's
Backdraft.
That's the youngest Baldwin brother. But I think, like, as far as brothers go, when it comes to the Skarsgårds, you can say what you want to do. I as far those dudes are all fire actors.
Alec, Daniel, Billy, and Steven. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So there was William was in that one.
She said, Amanda says, "Don't forget me. SFS is also Bob." Oh yeah, is he? Yeah. Immediately, let's see. You got Martin Sheen, right?
Martin Sheen or Martin Estevez. and then Emilio Estevez, and then Charles
Really?
Estevez.
So she says he's also a Baldwin. Is he? Give me some facts, Amanda. Let me see. Okay, no, Andre.
I think it was just William in that one. Okay.
All right.
My favorite scene between Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez is from Young Guns, when they pull a gun at each other over the dinner table. It's like, I could have killed you, Dick. I could have killed you.
Oh,
I don't want to kill you. I want to.
Okay, Young Guns, fire.
Young Guns
is
Young Guns 2 is not as good as Young Guns 1.
No,
they're both good.
But they're both fired. Yes, I love
Men at Work was another good one with those two.
Yo, wait a minute. Hold up.
He's fucking crazy now, but yeah.
What's the movie where they were playing jokes on each other and the dudes open their locker and like this balloon comes out and it pops and it's like dog shit in it? And
is that Men at Work?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's Men at Work. Yeah.
Yo, that's just fucking...
So 3 of the 4 brothers appear in the Oliver Stone film Born on the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Fire movie. And she said I've been a scene. Yes, you're correct. Men at Work Men at Work is dope. It's a dope ass movie, man. Actually, a watch party for Men at Work might be pretty fire. They might not clap us because the movie's old enough and obscure enough, but also funny enough that they might not do anything. Say, forgive me, I'm a whole seltzer. Hey, man, it's Friday night. This Hot Shots, bro. Come on,
Hot Shots and also Hot Shots Part 2.
Part 2. Yeah, that's
I love what's his name? What's his he also has
Carrie Ewells,
Douglas.
Ewells.
Kirk Douglas was in that. Michael Douglas is his son. Michael Douglas is also Michael Keaton, because Michael Keaton had to take his mother's maiden name because his name is also Michael Douglas.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, we'll find out all the facts. Also, something else, Phil hit me with it. He's the TV ratings. Also, House of the Dragon is HBO's biggest premiere ever. This is some House of the Dragon news.
They dethroned Zack Snyder's Justice League.
It did the same thing Zack Snyder's Justice League did to HBO Max.
Yes. No, this is just talking about HBO as a but what it dethroned was its own show, which was the season finale to the Game of Thrones season 8. So
I think it was bots that did that, though, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to imagine so. You'd have to imagine so. All those damn Game of Thrones bots.
Yes.
God,
those fans don't exist.
Yeah.
Robin Hood Men in Tights is dope.
Men in Tights is fire.
Oh my god.
I like that one's fun.
Yeah, it is. It says the game of
latrine.
The premiere
now on, all latrines shall be named John.
That's the key to the treasure that's been hidden under there.
It says the premiere HBO's House of the Dragon pulled in a record-setting audience on Sunday, which I'm not surprised because
you just say a Chew.
A what? Oh, he's talking about...
No, I said I Chew. That's my name. I Chew.
So as we can see, the show's mad popular. So I would just Sunday be sure to look out for a World's Finest. Once the show has wrapped, we'll be doing the usual looking back on that episode, and it's the Throne Zone. So we'll be live Sunday, probably 10:15. I think this episode's a little bit shorter than the season premiere, or the series premiere. So still probably 10:15. We'll be on, looking at it.
Titties and
dragons. Yes, yo, there's plenty of those in the.
Yes,
so yes, hey niggas, I'm trying not to spam, but did you just say Abe Lincoln? What?
He's like, hey Blinken, did you just say Abe Lincoln? No, I said hey Blinken. I can see.
So that's that's about all I got, guys. I mean, if you guys got anything else, this is the show, man. Sorry, guys. Like I said, hadn't been here in a few weeks. Had a lot of shit on the plate. So once I got finished eating everything that's on the plate.
What are your thoughts on Henry Cavill coming back in Black Adam?
As long as when I get some concreteness, or when I actually see the movie in a couple months, then I'll comment on that. I mean, if it hops up on some type of real trade, if it's Dumberto, I can't.
It was Dumberto, but it was hearsay, and I was like, you know what? It's not news, but fuck it.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
When you
on
hit me
the
with that
side.
earlier, I was like,
It's the principle.
Yeah.
Women in tights.
What the fuck is going on?
You could probably quote that whole movie.
I
couldn't
love
you?
that movie.
Yeah,
Oh God, I love that movie.
Yeah, some
The
movies
moon is high and you're so beautiful.
What are you doing, Dawson? Oh, he moving.
Oh,
He'd be moving the camera everywhere.
Yes.
All right, so appreciate everybody who jumped through. I know it's Friday. There's a lot of shit you be doing on Friday night, but I appreciate you guys coming here and watching us just hang out for a minute and talk some trash, have a few good laughs.
Yeah.
And so real quick, Phil, man, where can they find you?
Well, you can normally find me here on Fridays when you have your show, most of the time. You can find me on the Four Nerds on Thursdays. You can find me on the Nicotina Show sometimes on Monday. And you can also listen to my podcast, The Eternal Night, as well as Superhero Stress, found on Podbean, iTunes, or whatever your podcast preference is. And if you all want to follow me, make fun of me, or even interact with me, it's just right there, unfiltered, Twitter, Vero, and Instagram.
Nice. And Dawson, before everybody, I can tell everybody where to find you. Just see you say what you got right here, man.
This is what I'm working on during the stream. It's a Dark Fate Moon Knight mashup.
Oh, that's fire, dude.
That is your posing has gotten so much better. I really like it.
It's dope.
Well,
dude.
thank you.
It's dope. Yeah, I've been an admirer for 17 years.
Well, yeah, he
Even
wants to
though
see
you're
what
only
goes on in the
17 years
bedroom.
old, I've been an admirer since. What?
I heard that. Like, hey,
I mean,
is there a camera in your bedroom? I heard that.
I mean, Anthony does own a piece of my art that is right behind his head.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
So there you go.
I got a shirt coming in the mail soon too.
There you go.
Let's go. But yeah,
I own your comic book. It's over there. I own your art.
Nice.
One of my 4 comics.
You gotta collect them all, but not
Dawson, tell everybody where they can find you, man.
If you want to see cool mashups like the one you just saw on your screen, be sure to go check out my Instagram and TikTok and Vero. Instagram and TikTok at DJW32Art. Twitter, you can check me out at NIMW32. I also put my art stuff there as well. And check me out on the Four Nerds every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I post all my different art projects and time lapses on there as shorts as well. So go check that out.
Nice, man. And Ryan, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, you can find me on my channel, Zeverfed. Follow me on TikTok. You can watch me draw as well whenever I decide I want to put something up. You can also check out Project Justice League. Me and Andre are putting that up. We have an announcement coming up for the project. I know he's in the chat, so I'm not going to say anything.
The project's canceled.
Yeah. David Zaslav has reached out to us both.
What?
And, he's given us the axe.
X-Lav.
He's like, thou shall not finish. But yeah, no. So check me out on my account as well as the Four Nerds.
Just check me out.
That's right. And that's it. Thanks for having me on. I'm usually on here every Friday. But I haven't been on, most Fridays because Anthony hasn't had a show.
Yeah, I haven't had a show. And in your spare time, go ahead. That gizmo behind you to the right over that shoulder. Go ahead.
I was checking out some of the
Gremlins. Put it in the box. Seal the box. Mail it to my address. And, I'll make sure not to feed it after midnight or get it wet. So I know the rules. So you can go ahead.
Yeah, you know the rules. They need to. I'm sorry, but that's definitely a fucking franchise that needs some TLC.
Yeah,
Gremlins 1 was great. Gremlins 2 first time was great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make Ryan's head explode.
The commercials that they've made.
I'm gonna make Ryan's head explode. They should CGI all the Gremlins.
What? No.
I'm kidding.
No, I think they could. I don't want to see them remake the first one at all.
No, not a remake. Not a remake.
They're still out there.
There's a new story. I don't need to see the original cast and let them give us a new story.
BB Cates though. BB Cates can come back. No,
okay. I'll give you her, but not.
You just want to see her from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, don't you?
No, I prefer Gremlins.
Yeah.
She
was wearing a bikini in Fast Times.
Yeah. That's a lot of people's favorite scene from that movie.
That's how I remember.
But,
I have committed that to memories.
Question.
He knows the timestamp.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys watching, jumping through for the show. Like I said, I hadn't been here for a few weeks, had a lot of shit going on, and it's good to be back. This was very fun. Thanks, Phil, Ryan, and Dawson for jumping on and hanging out for just a bit, man, and having some laughs as we talked about some, topics, some good weird topics. Watching people put Lincoln Park at the end of movies is actually kind of
Whoa,
fire.
wait. That's how we end this show.
What?
With that song.
What? Oh, yo, dude, I wish I had
it. Just play the Matrix clip.
Or the Spider-Man one.
I need to have it downloaded so I can just drop it.
Yeah. You need to have that in the can.
So hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Where's it? Damn it, dude. I'm trying to find it real quick. Before we wrap. Anyway, like I always say at the end of the show, if you're here and you're listening to the show and you have opinions or whatever, we welcome those, man. If it's different from ours or if it's the same, we always love to hear feedback from everybody who's watching and things of that nature. And having a cohesive relationship as far as topics and things go is key, man, when you're trying to navigate through what this is we do, which is content creation. There's a lot of stuff that comes out, a lot of movie news, comic book news, a lot of news that involves both of those, sports, all of that kind of shit. Yeah. And real quick, I don't want to forget to mention that coming in 2 days, Instant Replay makes its triumphant return with our fantasy football league that we have. We started it last year doing a live draft, and starting Sunday, the fantasy football draft will be at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So football fan, join us, watch us. We'll talk about news that's going on with football as far as the show hadn't been around for a couple of months. So there's a lot of news out there, and we'll be drafting our fantasy football teams. So if you are interested, jump in and have some fun. It's going to be good. Talk some trash and things of that nature. We're going to love it. We welcome everybody. It doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter what sports you like. Just come listen to us talk sports. It's absolutely incredible. Damn it,
even if it's soccer.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with soccer?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with soccer. Yeah.
World Cup, baby.
Wow. Yeah. I ain't counted all the soccer fans.
As long as you show up, this is the message I have for you here.
You got the touch.
You got the power. Yeah, so
I thought you were gonna say to go after yourself. I was like, man, that was brutal. Like, if you come and watch our show, here's a message for you.
No. Yeah. No. That's coming. Noise. But anyway, like I was saying, appreciate everybody's involved. Appreciate you coming on and talking, giving your insights. But there is always a crowd out there that can't see past their own opinions. And if you can't, there's just one thing that I have. There's just a message I have for you to send you off for the rest of the night. Go sleep on this right now. For everyone else, thanks for watching. The show has been fire. It's been good to be back, and see you guys later.